Good morning, good evening, and welcome to this week's live streaming chat where we're talking about all different things around YouTube, around live streaming. Most of us here that join these streams, we're creators. We are on YouTube, we're on other social media platforms, trying to create, trying to connect with our community and our audiences. And here we get to have a chat with you guys get to chat with me, I get to chat with you about the different things that are affecting us as creators. So I wanted to kick today off with a question. What is one thing that you are struggling with right now? So let me know in the chat if there is one thing that you are struggling with right now when it comes to your creator journey. So because you're not alone. I don't know of a single creator, whether they have 50 subs or whether they have 10 million subscribers, that aren't struggling to do something, that aren't trying something else, that aren't trying to grow something or work on something. I don't know of any one of them that go, yep, made it, I'm just going to coast here forever. I don't know anyone doing that. So let me know, because you're definitely not alone. I want to say good morning to everybody. Good morning, SMA Sky. I think at the time you posted that, it might have just been me. Good morning to Doug. Kelly is here as well. Jaden.s is here. Home Rapid Repair. Great to see you, Larry. SMA Sky. So glad you can make it in. I know it's not the greatest of time for you guys. Like, what time is it for where you are? Let me know. Because I've kept the streams at the same time for me. I didn't change them. John, good morning. How are you going? Leanne's Craft Room and all in the live. I love how Leanne encompasses everybody. I think it's wonderful. Hey, live stream consultants, great to see you. So I'm just going to throw that up there. Move it back over. So it gets moved around on a Thursday because like I have like a hands down shot, like the BMAC thing gets moved around on a Thursday. So it's there we go. It gets moved around because like that position is where my face down camera is, and if I bring it down lower and Louis comes in, that's the Louis cam. Anyway, it's just one of these things. So let's have a look. So Home Rapid Repair says that it's 6 p.m. Eastern. Livestream Consultant says it's 4 p.m. for them. Hey, Livestream Consultants, have you changed your logo as well? Like, I know Larry changed his last week. Now Livestream Consultants, looks like you've changed yours as well. SMA Sky says that something that he is struggling with is watch time, which might increase it if I did a face cam or spoke more often. Watch time's one of those hard ones because it comes down to whether or not you're connecting with an audience, whether or not that audience is enjoying, like those that are connected to you are enjoying the content to stick around. And so you've kind of got to look at the content that you're making and decide, am I making this content for me, or am I making it specifically for a type of viewer? Because that's the big thing when it comes to the watch time. Now, I know my watch time is low on this channel, but do you know why I know? Because the majority of people don't actually like live streams. They prefer to, especially in this education sphere, they prefer to find a quick video that explains their problem and solves it and moves on so they can keep going. But I personally prefer to live stream. So I know that my decision is actually affecting the watch time. Are you making decisions that are affecting your watch time? Could you try, I know you do a lot of live streaming and you're working on a 24-hour stream, which I think is really cool, but is that something your audience wants or is it something you want? Have you considered making some VOD content, you know, some sort of 5 to 7 minute videos to test those out? I'm not sure if you've tested out shorts or not. You need to be testing out some different things. Now, we know we don't get much watch time off shorts, really. So I would be testing out that sort of 3 to 5 minute content, which is your VOD length, the shorter end of your VOD length content, and see what that does. See if that brings someone in. If you are, you know, manage to capture like a shooting star or something like that. I don't know. Let me know if that helps or not. Let's have a look here. John Lacey says, I'm struggling with motivation. It all takes a lot of energy. End of year John is tired. John, I feel you. I am working so hard right now trying to keep up with all my client work as well as make, because I'm a maker. I make things. I'm making Christmas presents. And I thought I'd like, oh yeah, I've got heaps of time. No, I got a bit slack at the first half. I got a bit slack at the first half of the year and was doing other things and wasn't focusing on the Christmas present list that I'd written for myself. Like I made the list early. Did I do the work? No, I didn't. So now I feel you so much. End of year Chantelle is tired. But when it comes to the motivation to create, and in this instance to create on YouTube, like my motivation to create Christmas presents is Christmas is looming, but my motivation to create on YouTube is I don't want to let you down. I want to be here. I want to be able to answer your questions. I want to be able to help you so that you have some, some support. And I don't know what your why is for your channel, but my why is to help people. And I can't help people if I'm not here. Now, does that mean I always have a fully fleshed out stream all ready to go? No. No, it doesn't. Sometimes I do turn up a little bit, half prepared, a little bit, really relying on the stream to help me come up with an idea. These things do happen. And like today's stream, I was like, I really don't know what people's pain point is at this time of the year. So I thought, why not make that the stream? You tell me your pain point and I try and help with it. Now, I'm not saying the suggestions that I have are 100% guaranteed to work. Trust me, bro, guarantee. No, these are things for you to try, things for you to test out. When it comes to motivation, it always, for me, and all I can do is speak from my own personal experience, but when it comes to motivation for me, it always has to come down to the why. Why am I doing this? And if my why isn't strong enough, then the motivation will be really hard to push through. And so I know, like, you're doing a really fun series of Black Magic Design editing tips and tricks. Have you checked with your community about something they want to learn in Black Magic Design? I mean, it's I don't know if you have. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to jump. So please, respond in the chat, and I'll be bouncing backwards and forwards to everyone's responses. SMA Sky says it's 6 p.m. here. Sun is down and it's dark here. I'm out walking the pub. That is awesome. That is awesome. SMA Sky says yes. That was in regards to changing the logo. I'm getting all my business stuff set up. That is awesome. That is so good. SMA Sky said, yeah, I should do some more education videos. That could probably help, I'm sure. See, this is the thing, right? For me, I love the night sky. I know nothing. I can look up and just go, I love the stars. They're gorgeous. That's the Southern Cross. That's all I know. Obviously, I have a different sky than you. But do you, in your videos, make a little VOD, like actually get a shot and then mark around something and like, this is such and such a thing, and it's most visible at this time of the year, and just try and explain what people are seeing, because I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, yep, night sky, gorgeous. Like, I know that. But I don't know what anything is. And maybe your audience wants to know what things are. Because if they already know what things are, they might be looking through their own telescope. You might be inspiring new astronomers rather than like hanging out with the old school. Think of the things that when you were first learning, what didn't you understand? How to set up a tripod, when to set it, like not tripod, telescope, when to set it up, what's the best angle to get this shot? Maybe some of that. And you don't have to put your face on camera if that's not something you want to do. But if you're comfortable, a voiceover could definitely help you out. So Jaden says, my watch time is not going anywhere. I feel you, Jaden. What kind of content are you making? Are you making long form VODs, shorts, live streams? Let me know in the chat what kind of content you're making. Also, what kind of niche you're in. John says, YouTube does seem to prioritize VODs over live streams. Live is mostly about social interaction. Yes, it is. It is. It's about being able to help somebody right now, right in that moment, because I 100% agree with you. YouTube definitely prioritizes VODs over the top of live streams. I love live streaming. I love community building. I love being here to help you all out, and I'm not going to stop that. But one thing I will say is if you want to grow your audience, so there's a difference between growing an audience and building a community, and both of these things can be done at the same time. But to grow an audience, your content needs to get out to the greater world, right? And how you do that is by making fantastic VOD content that people can find, like evergreen content that people can find and help them at any time. Getting that in, that will help build your audience. That'll help to people who know who you are, start recognizing your face, recognizing your content, recognizing your thumbnails, your branding. So that creates the recognition. So you get to touch, like each time you upload a video and they watch it, you get to touch like sort of them. You get to, so I think of touch points, right? So when you get to know somebody, you know, you don't want to go and hang out with them at the, you know, coffee shop until you've sort of touched on a few different areas, right? You don't want to just go, oh, hi, thanks, cool, yes, absolutely, I'll meet you at a coffee shop, strange person who I've never met before. So I try to make sure that there's various touch points before I expect something from my audience members. Now, in saying that, I go live all the time, right? I go live all the time. So I'm kind of breaking my own rules, but then I also understand why this particular channel is not growing. Like I have another channel and it's growing. This one not growing so much, but it's because the only content here really, a handful of VODs. Like I'll tell you right now, I put up a video, what was it, 18 months ago, it's got to be 18 months ago, on managing moderators. That one video is driving the majority of the traffic to my channel. One video from 18 months ago, not last week's live stream, not a live stream about StreamYard, not a live stream about OBS. The biggest traffic pusher to this channel is a VOD from 18 months ago. So, and I hate it. I want the live streams to be what push people here, but it's just not how it works. We can want and want and want, and what we want doesn't matter. It's what the platform will do. So how do we utilize the tools that we are given so that we can make what we want to make? So it's one of those things like make what your audience want and make what you want. They may not meet exactly, but as long as you're providing for the audience a fair bit, every now and again you can throw in something sort of, I think of it as my selfish content. In saying that, I selfishly live stream every week because I haven't been making any other content. That's going to change next year. So I don't know if that helped, John. So back to SMA Sky, I could make more shorts, pulling interesting events from live streams. Sometimes cloud patterns over the sun are cool. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can just test this stuff out, right? Run 6 to 10 of them and see how it goes. Test it out. See, is it the, you know, really beautiful, you know, cloud movement over a shot with some like really chill music behind it? Is that going to help? Or is an explainer video going to help more people join in? I don't know. SMA says, dang, the phone's at 2%. Oh gosh. All right, cool. Well, you may not have gotten that. Enfield, road layout in the loft. Hey, just to call in and smash that like with a sledgehammer. Have a great stream. Thanks so much, Enfield. You have an awesome night too. Mine is getting all the business stuff in place and I'm almost there. So yeah, look, and you run a very different style of business. So for you, YouTube is going to be like an advertising arm of your business. Is that right? Because you actually are a consultant and you actually do live streams for other people. So you have a space where people can come in and live stream or record podcasts. So you have a different sort of scenario. So you do need to focus on other things. Normally I would say business stuff can be done in between the videos. That would be my usual thing. Yes, absolutely. Be making the videos. And yeah, you need a channel banner. But should the channel banner be up before any content? Probably not. Is it the focus for most people watching? No, not at all. But if you've got time between videos and you want to make a cool channel banner, do it. If you've got time between videos and you want to build a website, do it. But for you, it's a different scenario. So you've got to do things in a different order. So I'm glad to hear that you've got stuff moving forward. I think it's really cool. I have another problem in that the N key on my keyboard sticks and I can't get a replacement until Aldi bring back the one of special by next year. There's not anything that's going to come up in a Black Friday sale at the end of the month. Like I'd be looking at, do you want me to send you a spare? Like I don't, look, how do I put this? If I just had one keyboard, I would be freaking out. If I just had one light, I'd be freaking out. If I just had one functioning computer, I'd be freaking out. Everything breaks on me. Everything always breaks down, right? So it's one of these things. So I always have spares. Like my husband was like, yeah, my keyboard's being annoying. So I'm just like, here you go. And he was like, where did that come from? And I'm like, I have spares. And what my spares are usually is I don't wait until something is dead before I replace it. Something about it starts to niggle me and I'll just be like, that's getting annoying. And then that will become the spare and I'll get in a new one to replace it, right? That's how I build my spares. I don't just go out and buy 5 of something and keep them. No, I don't do that. But I definitely think like you can pick up, like, is there a particular keyboard that you're using? Is it special in some way? Or is it just, you know, Aldi inexpensive? I don't know. So I would definitely be looking at an alternative, because as far as I'm concerned, and this goes for all of you, a keyboard, unless you're on a laptop, and then if your laptop keyboard's toast, then you've got bigger problems. A keyboard is integral to this part of your business. And if you are working from home doing any other work on top of this, your keyboard is an integral part of your business and it's a tax write-off, guys. Like, I don't know what country you're in, but in Australia, your keyboard, if you are running a YouTube channel that earns income, if you are running a consulting business that earns income, your keyboard is a tax write-off. Now, of course, that doesn't mean you get all of it back, but you get some of it back and it might make a difference. Anyway, all right, let's have a look. I'm gonna have some coffee in I've just got a standard coffee cup today, no Yeti, whoops. I do have Yeti in a water bottle, actually, do I? I do, yeah. I have water in a Yeti bottle. Anyway, we'll try again. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but while I sip my coffee here, in the description, I've added a enormous link. I should have cloaked it somehow, but I didn't. And it's all the chat commands. So I've been going in and adding chat commands. Livestream consultants sent me through this massive list of amazing suggestions, and there was a problem. There's a problem with that list, which is used, and I didn't realize this would be an issue till I went to use it, but it won't let me use the tenor GIFs, which I think is dumb. It just brings up a white box. It's so stupidly annoying. So I'm gonna have to go back and research a pile of those and try and get them out of Jiffy. Jiffy seems to work. I'm not sure what else would work, but Jiffy works, tenor doesn't work. Or at least the links that I was using doesn't. I'd sort of left it to the last minute. Hello, have you met me? So yeah, definitely a way to go there. But let me just drink this. Thank you, whoever put the hydrate. I'm behind in the chat. How often am I behind in the chat? Dudes, totally behind in the chat. All right, Home Rapid Repair says, I think my why is to help people and age my age when my body slows down and I can still make content until I am dead. Yeah. I just saw someone use the princess. I'm the princess. Do you know what, Home Rapid Repair? That's a big thing for me as well. So considering the future, right? Like, so you and I aging up, we are not the, Larry, thank you. Oops, I need to move the coffee because the ludicrous speed is up as well. Thank you so much for the 3 coffees, Larry. Appreciate you very much. But the why for aging is a thing. Like, I know not everybody in the chat here is, you know, 40s, 50s, 60s. I'm nearly 50. Let's just, you know, let's be honest, nearly 50. And it is one of those things where we have to accept that there comes a point where your body is less kind. and less active than it could be. And especially someone like you, Larry at Home Rapid Repair, your job requires body function. Your job requires you to be able to be physically present to repair things in people's homes. So I think what you're doing now, creating the live stream, like creating a YouTube channel and a business around it, where you can just continue to make these videos and do this content even as you realize, okay, I can't climb on as many roofs, I can't do as much of this other stuff, but I can do it enough to make this content, and that's bringing in enough income to make a difference. And I think that's really important, is to be planning the future, definitely planning the future. Now, Jaden replied back with, they're making shorts. All right, Jaden, this is the deal. If you're making shorts and you're concerned about watch time, you haven't got things sorted in up top. Shorts don't bring much watch time. Your short is this tiny little snippet of video, unless you're expecting people to watch the same short over and over and over again, or you know, if you're making a few shorts a day. The goal with shorts is virality. Okay, which I hate it, because I hate virality, and that's not the game plan for people. That shouldn't be the goal. But the only way to get monetized using shorts only is if those shorts take off. Unfortunately, it's really, really hard to get monetized using shorts, because you still need that 3,000 to 4,000 watch hours. There we go. You still need that 3,000 to 4,000 watch hours in the 365 days. When you are looking at it from a shorts perspective, that's a lot of views. That's a lot of views. And that's why they made that shorts monetization as well, where if you got 10 million views in 90 days, then you could be monetized. That could go towards your monetization as well. So this is the thing. It makes it so you've got to either be viral or have tons of content for people to watch. So you've got to have a lot of, you know, this going on. You've got to have either an absolute boatload of really fun shorts, or you've got to have some VOD content. Now, right now, we're in this limbo zone in shorts, right? So YouTube said October 15, 3-minute shorts, blah, 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 blah. That's not what's happened. They've got these things now where all these people have been putting out these 3-minute shorts, and they're sitting in their video section. So they are surfacing in shorts feeds for sure, but they're also gathering watch time. So if shorts are your jam, right this minute, I would be making slightly longer shorts, getting them up over that 60 seconds, get them into that 1 to 3 minutes, and give that a try. And yes, I know it's a little bit frustrating. They don't sit in the shorts feed. They don't sit in your shorts tab. They sit in the video tab. But that right now is a bonus for you, because they are longer videos. They're gathering more watch time, and they're surfacing in multiple places. They're not just surfacing only in shorts. They're surfacing in multiple places. So if you're a shorts creator and you haven't jumped onto the 3-minute shorts yet, and your goal is monetization through watch time, I would be changing my plans. I would be having a little look at that. I would actually, like I noticed Doug did a video this week on shorts and the 3 minutes that have been pushed out now. So you've got a couple of weeks to get in and really give that a good test and a good trial out, because these longer shorts, you can currently add thumbnails to. Now, eventually when they get moved into the shorts feed, the thumbnails will go away. But right now, you can have the best of both worlds. And that's only for a few weeks, so you need to take action today. Okay? So I don't know if that helps you, but that's my advice for you. Michael Sahovsky, so good to see you. I'm only about 13 minutes behind. Good job, me. Good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. Enfield Road Layout in the Loft says, I do trail build on kits and scratch build videos. Seem to not watches on my videos can tell. How can I get people watching my videos? Okay. I'm not quite sure what you are building. I'm assuming it's something to do with trains, right? You're building things on trains, and you're trying to get people to watch you build things. So are the things that you're building things that other people could build as well? Are they kits that they could just go out and buy? Are they available on Amazon? Are they something that they can build, or are you making something custom? And so if you want to make it so people can have, like, they need to be invested to sit down and watch it, especially for builds. They take some time. Okay, so you need to sort of, they need to be invested, so they need to be able to do it as well. So sharing a link to where you bought it, which you possibly are, I could be preaching to the choir here, but making sure that you have got a reason that they're watching you. So, and this is one of those things, are you just doing these builds because you want them, or is this something that your audience could enjoy? So I would be having a look at that side of it. Is this something that you could, like, let's build together, put out a community post. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be putting out a video with this build using this kit. Come and hang with me and we can build our builds together. Something like that. I mean, it's worth a try, right? Like, for me, everything's worth a try. It's throw it on the wall and see if it sticks. And you've got to be making sort of content and testing content continually, throwing it out there, seeing if the audience are interested in it. And then if they're not, tweak it, try again, tweak it, try again. Get to a point where, oh my gosh, they actually give a crap about this and they're watching it. Holy cow. Then you've got this sort of input and this help that you can give them, and they'll come back to you again. They'll be like, hey dude, have you tried making this one? You'll be like, no, I haven't. I'm going to get it in and I'm going to try and build it. You know, something like that. So, I mean, I don't know if that helped or not, but I would definitely be trialing some options of, especially like pre-warning, like a couple of weeks in advance, and with a link to the build, like a link to the kit that you're building. So yeah, I'm going to have another sip of coffee. Alrighty, John Lacey. My weekly output is a live stream on a Saturday morning, but 3 or 4 VODs from a year ago are giving me the most views and discoverability. We're in the same boat, John. My main content is this for this channel is this live stream every week, which is 9 a.m. Monday mornings for me. It's really great for my brain to actually have ticked off something big off my list straight away at the start of the week. So that's kind of why I do it then. It's a selfish thing. I know this is not the best time for everybody. I get it, but it is absolutely the best time for me. And it's a decision that I have to make. But that's the thing. Have a look at what those VODs are. Maybe make something newer. Maybe update them, refresh them, see what it is. I think that may work if you have a good thumbnail and a good beginning first minute or so. I think I've missed something there. That's all right. You've inspired me to put up a poll in my community community tab to ask what people want. And that's the thing, not everybody will respond. And don't forget, you're pretty active on LinkedIn as well. Make sure you post that on LinkedIn as well, because it's not just the YouTube audience that'll be interested. But I would definitely be putting out a post out there and asking the question, you know, and maybe give them some options, like what should the next video be, and give them like 4 options of what it is that you would be interested in making, and see which one gets the most traction. Home Rapid Repair says, of course you have backups of everything. I love that. I really try to have backups of everything. I really do. Like these 2 lights, I've replaced those before the other ones totally died. So they're in a drawer. So just in case something happens, I've got those back. You know, like I don't like things not working, right? SMA Sky says, phone died back. I was in the middle of typing. An easy thing I could do is time lapse of stars and label things as it goes. Yes. Absolutely. That could absolutely tell people what it is they're looking at. And like for me, that would be amazing, because it would explain what it is. And then if you don't want your voice in it, that's fine as well. It gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you the ability to teach and educate and show people what it is they're actually looking at, as well as you not having to talk or have your face on camera, which you're not comfortable with. So I would test that out. I would make 5 to 10 of those and test those out and see what happens and see how it goes. John says, I really just like this split and contoured shape of a keyboard, and brand name versions are hundreds of dollars. This one was like 20. I get it. I get it. Look, my keyboard, my favorite is this Logitech but I don't like a curved keyboard. I like a nice low profile, not clickety keyboard. I am so the anti-gamer. I love gaming, I love games, but I cannot handle mechanical keyboards. Like, I bought my husband one of these because he was somehow making a quiet touch clickety clickety, and his office is only like 5 meters, so 15 feet from here. He doesn't work from here every day, and somehow he can make this. I swear he angry types all the time, like anyway. For me, I do not like the I don't like the noise of keyboards. But so therefore I have a favorite that's super quiet. You have a favorite that you love because of the split and the shape and the contour. But I'm not kidding. Be double checking and looking at these sales, because you may find something that's maybe a little more than $20, but you may find something that'll at least get you through, because having a key that sticks for the next however many months, I don't think that's a tenable solution. I'm gonna have a sip of water. Thank you for the hydrate message. I've realized my my water bottle I did not fill it up. There's just a little bit of water left. Okay. Livestream consultant says, yeah, absolutely. I have a new consult in Monaghan, Texas that I'm working on right now. The channel content will be coming hopefully early December. Fantastic. SMA Sky says, I'm a big fan of Logitech. I had 2 MX1000 laser mice. One was in a combo pack with a wireless keyboard. It was awesome. Look, I can't lie. I'm a major Logitech fan. And why? Not because I'm a Logitech fangirl, but because I've had 0 fails with my Logitech equipment. I've had fails with Microsoft. I've had fails with Razer. I've had fails with other things. I've not had fails with my Logitech. Other than on a previous keyboard, one of the little legs broke. It just snapped right off. I don't know what I was doing to make the legs snap off, but somehow it did. I was able to order a new one. That keyboard came back. So, yeah. Yeah, I was shocked about the tenor not working. I thought it was weird. So yeah, I thought it was super weird. I see that you're having fun with some of the new chat commands. That is awesome. SMA Sky says, a project that I have for the future is building a custom stream deck. Last night I started using ChatGPT to help with the Python script, which got me on track to my custom stream deck to it also. That's awesome. That is awesome. I love having like little side projects. It'll be tons of fun. Personally, I just use a stream deck. I'm just like, I'm not gonna mess around. I just want the thing that works. So yeah. Hang on a second. I just scrolled. Kelly says, I haven't seen these ones before. I added a couple of new ones this morning. So yeah, they are new, Kelly. They are new. John says, there's a huge lag between triggering the chat and the GIF showing. There is a bit of a lag. There is a bit of a lag. So yeah. And I was talking quite quickly. So from what I was saying to when it happened, could be very bad. It could be very bad. Lots of chat happening in the chat, which is great. See you later, Anfield. I hope you have an awesome night. John says, I made 2 edits of the same video, one vertical, one horizontal, and rearranged all the elements to suit the format. The vertical got 14 views, but the horizontal got 94 views. That's the thing, right? Like, you've really got to test your audience, because some of us have a shorts audience, right? Some of us don't. Shorts viewers are different to VOD viewers. The goal of shorts is not to get them to watch your long form or to get them onto your live streams. The goal of shorts is to educate them in shorts, right? That at that particular moment in time, they are scrolling the shorts feed. You're very unlikely to be able to get them to go, oh yeah, I'm going to go and watch the whole 1-hour video of that when I was sitting here wanting to watch a 15-second short. And this whole premise of, I'm going to make my shorts an ad for my long form video, I don't agree with it. If you're going to make short, your short needs to be a standalone piece of content. It can absolutely be off a larger live stream, which you link back to. Do that for sure. Link back if you can. If your shorts are on your same channel, link back to the video. I 100% recommend that. But don't be expecting that many click-throughs, because your shorts audience are a different audience. And that's not a bad thing. That means you're cultivating extra audiences. But you do have to think of what it is that you are doing. And is it standalone, or is it go and watch the full video for the answer to your question? For me, that's just, I'm just like going to keep scrolling and make sure I just never see that content ever again. Let's have a look here. Livestream consultant says, I'm kind of interested in the 3-minute shorts and do what Daniel Batal has been doing with the DaVinci Resolve for noobs, but for OBS, StreamYard, EV Max, and Ecamm. Absolutely. I think that there is these 3-minute shorts are a whole new window. And I think making sure that you're taking advantage of that whole new window of, like, you know, access to people. You just need to make sure you're doing that. Are there any other Star Trek emotes? I'm not sure. I don't think so, not yet. I think we'll get some more. We'll get some more. You are building the kit. Yeah, good. Let's have a look here. Oh, Michael Sahovsky, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, John says he doesn't get the point of mechanical keyboards. I kind of do. Some people love the clickety-clickety. They do. They just love it. So, yeah, that's an issue. Jaden is saying, I get copyright claims for my long live streams. So why? Why are you getting copyright claims? Are you using other people's content? Are you using music that you don't have the rights to? Or are they false copyright claims where you aren't using what they think you're using? Because they exist. I've been copyright claimed for using Creator Mix, and it's not Creator Mix doing the claim. And all I have to do to get rid of those copyrights is just to prove that I've got a Creator Mix license to use that music, and it goes away. So yeah, I definitely would be curious to know why you're getting copyright claims. I'm just trying to catch up to the chat here. I think I actually have caught up, which is good. Try using a second camera set up in a vertical arrangement and record it separately from the horizontal version and edit it accordingly. I mean, that's a possibility. That's a possibility if you've got that option. Oh, it's copyrighted music? Yeah. Well, all I can say is don't use copyrighted music. Like, seriously, there are so many fantastic options out there for us streamers that are free music. Creator Mix is a big one. Doug, if you can throw in the link for Creator Mix, that would be amazing. They create, like, I don't know if you can hear it. I got it running really quietly in the background, but they've got a ton of really great music options that you can use for your live streams, copyright free. There's also Senpai Gaming. What's the music that Senpai Gaming have? They've got what is theirs called? It's Harris Heller's music. I cannot think of the name of it. Harris Heller music. He's got a whole pile of playlists of music that he's created for streamers, and they are specifically being created. They're free to use for streamers. Just download your license that you've got and have it somewhere on your computer, so that if any of these things ever come up, then you just dispute them and you win. It might take the 28 days, but I've always won. So Doug's thrown in that stream. That's great. Those that love the mechanical keyboard did not have to learn how to type on a Singer typewriter in high school. Oh my God, I feel that so hard. I feel it so hard. Absolutely. Yeah, don't use other people's music. Seriously, you're just asking to be copyright claimed. The Mod Squad Network, so good to see you. Thanks so much for jumping in. I had so much fun in your interview. If those of you that can, go and check out, not right now, we're live streaming right now, but later, if you need more information or want to hang out some more, I did an interview over at the Mod Squad Network that was dropped a couple of days ago, and it was so fun. Such great questions. Michael Sahovsky, the chat commands, I'm using particular software called Social Stream Ninja. I had to look at the name of the software, Social Stream Ninja, and it is free to use. You can use it on any platform that does a browser overlay, so OBS, Ecamm, EVMarks, like a pile of them. So anything that allows a browser overlay, and then you can go in, and they have a fantastic community on Discord that helps you do everything you need to do. So Social Stream Ninja, way to go. Let's see. Yeah, oh yeah, S-Mace guy's got a bunch he needs to dispute. Get the disputes in, because you've only got a limited amount of time to do it. So, Stream Beats, thank you. Stream Beats, that is Harris Heller's. So I personally only use Creator Mix, but you can go and check out Stream Beats as well. They've got different styles of music, so it depends on what you like. Let me just have a look here. Home Rapper Press says, I'm so old. In high school, freshman year, I learned to type on typewriters, but by my junior year, they had computers to replace them. That's about where I was at when I did typing as a subject in high school. And then that changed, like, later. Yes, it does. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. All right, I'm going to have another sip of my coffee. But before I do you have a top tip for a creator? So all of us here have been creators for a minute. What's something you have learned that you wish you had have known at the start? So let's have a look. Oh, we loved having you. Hopefully we can collaborate more in the future. Yeah, that was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Just send me a DM. We can chat. SMA Sky says the browser extension was good, but it had an update. It wouldn't work anymore until you update again. The desktop app is fine, but I have to refresh it when I start a new stream. Is this for Social Stream Ninja? Because yes, I do. I just go in and I update it just before I start my stream every time. So it's just added to my pre-stream list of just double checking, making sure it's open in all the right places, and you know, you've got to have a couple of things set up and ready to go. But I personally think, at least for me, it's totally worth the effort, especially on my Fiberific channel. The audience over there absolutely love using all of the features, the emoji wall. I did a poll, and the emoji wall won, like, you know, out of all the new things we're testing, which is your favorite. But yeah, it surprised me. It surprised me. Oh, okay. This is a top tip from Home Rapid Repair. Don't check the YouTube Studio app constantly unless you're making a change. Mental health for me says always keep moving forward. Oh my goodness, yes. A friend of mine, he's sometimes in these streams, Russell, he calls it hyperanalytica, and he suffers from it as well, where you are constantly checking the analytics of a video. Oh my God, the video uploaded an hour ago has got, you know, it's only got 10 views on it. Oh, you know, and you're right. It's this emotional roller coaster that you actually just don't need. So unless you have physically gone to change something, just move on to the next video. Let it be. You know, you really should be waiting to make any massive changes anyway. I'm in this because I make content that is more searchable than, you know, like recommended, because of the kind of content that I make, right? So for me to get into search, it's going to take some time anyway. So I kind of make it, leave it alone, go away, come back. Now I will check it. I will be double checking the video to make sure that, you know, because like, I don't know about anyone else. Have you uploaded a video and you've watched it 14 times before you uploaded it, but the second you uploaded it, that's when you found the mistake? Like, you know, I check that stuff, but I don't go with the rest of it. The only electronic keyboard I got to type in at high school was a Radio Shack TRS. Oh my goodness. Okay. SMA Sky's tip for everybody that he wished he knew when he first started, which is consistency is key. I got more views and subs when I'm more consistent. Yes, absolutely. yes, consistency is key. Full stop. Boom. Moving on. Let's have a look here. John says, my main tip is don't look up to the stats neurotically. Put your head down and make your next thing. John and Home Rapid Repair and me, we're all on the same page on that one. Definitely. Livestream Consultants is my new tip for a creator is use your phone and make 20 short videos just for yourself. Get used to talking to the lens and not to the screen. Oh my goodness. Yes. Like how many times, like I know right now I keep looking over here and that's because that's where my monitor is, where I'm reading all the comments, right? But how many times have you seen a thumbnail where people are like looking over here for the thumbnail rather than at the lens? How many times have you watched an entire video where it looked like they were looking over your shoulder? And that, because that creeps me out. So I notice it instantly. Like if someone's just like looking like this the whole time and they're not actually looking at me while they're talking, I'm thinking, what is behind me? Like even in a video, because I'm so paranoid of bugs and creepy crawlies, my whole body just becomes this thing. So when people are like constantly looking at their viewfinder, and as a beginner, I did the same thing, because you're not comfortable, you're not used to it, you want to make sure you're in the screen, you want to get used. That's a fantastic. I don't think so. I'll have a look for her after. So we've lost the cat. We've lost the cat. We'll have to have a look for her after. But yeah, so making sure that people are comfortable looking at the lens. And my piece of advice is if you're not going to be using your phone and you are going to be using your camera, and this is how I got over it, which is so dumb, okay? You ready for a dumb tip? Dumb tips from Chantelle. Dun, da, da, da. I actually just stuck a sticky post-it note just on the edge of my lens with a smiley face on it, to remind me to look at the lens, not at the viewfinder. But I still had the viewfinder there. Like I know you can just flip it away, but it's a tool and you kind of need it to make sure that you're all set up for the shot. And it's like, right, I'm all set up. Now, like I'm all set up, everything, oh, my hair is good. You know, everything is good. And now look at the lens and look at the smiley face of the person that you're trying to help. So if you want to use a photo, whatever, do that. Someone should write a song about that. I'm so far behind. I don't know what we're writing songs about. I'm so sorry. Live stream with John said, I once uploaded a short and didn't understand why I got no views. And then I realized it was still in draft. Yeah. And Estimate's got, could you hear that? Because that's exactly what they just tried. They've literally just put food in her bowl and shook it. So, yeah. The Elgato prompter has improved my life dramatically. If you can afford it, treat yourself. It's on my wish list, honestly. I've got a newer prompter, right? And it's great if it's my iPad. The problem is behind it, it's got this rail, which is fine if you've got a lens that's like that's a foot long. That means I have to have my whole desk like in a certain position so that the back of the rail can fit in the gap between the edge of the wall and the window, right? As well as the desk being pushed out. So it's actually taking space out of my office. So I love this teleprompter. I think the screen size on it is fantastic. I do have to use my iPad for it. No biggie. But being able to have something where I didn't have to worry about that is pretty cool. And it's definitely on my list. It's definitely on my list. A friend of mine just said to me, just get a grinder and grind the back right off it. And I'm like, what if I want to, rehome this to somebody who turns out they needed that bit? I can just pack it up into its case and rehome it. Let's have a look here. That's a great tip about the smiley face on the lens. Yeah, like just above it, like just somewhere just to remind you to look down here. So yeah, and it is just practice. That's all it is. Like I was answering a question in a help forum, and someone was asking because she's not comfortable on camera. I'm like, you just kind of got to keep doing it. There's no fast way around it. There's no mental game to play. It is practice. It is look at your camera and make content and then go back and rewatch it and see if you're happy with it. That's all there is. These are your options, is just go back and see if you're happy. And then if you're not, what weren't you happy about? And fix that little thing and keep going from there. let's see. I've done similar with my live streams. Usually if I start or schedule one, it goes on its own, but rarely it'll not start, but the preview is going. I have done that. I thought I was live streaming. I wasn't live streaming. 15 minutes. Good job, me. I think it's good when I see the go live button at the top right. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. All right. That's some really great top tips for beginner streamers. I love those. I think, and they're really well-rounded as well, because, you know, quite often we hear that just keep going, your next video will be your banger kind of thing. And that's not always the case. So sometimes we need something a little more actionable. And I think that's great. I love these. So let's, what was, I see another comment coming through. Feel the meh and do it anyway. Oh my goodness, that's right. It's like, you know, there are days where I don't feel like live streaming. I don't, but I do it anyway. And then within seconds of starting, I've got the live streaming energy. Sometimes you need to do the thing to get the energy that you needed to do the thing. Just wrong and annoying, but yeah. Push the button. It's very character building, but that's a thing you need to do. Yep. Yep. There was a comment in a live stream that really smacked me in the face this week. And it was this person who was 100% adamant that no one ugly makes it big on YouTube, right? And I'm sort of sitting there thinking, sure they do. Sure they do. And then I've realized, no, wait a second. What's our definition of making it big on YouTube? Because, like, for a start, ugly is totally an individual preference. Like, what one person considers ugly, another person considers beautiful. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? It's totally a subjective concept. So, so let's put that aside. Because, like, for a start, I was just like, all right. But I was sort of thinking about it, and I was thinking, like, who are the biggest YouTubers? So they're usually kids or gamers or something. Doug's like that guy, because I'm like, Doug, this guy, what should we do about him? Because he kept banging on about it. That was the other thing. It just kept going. But my big takeaway from it was what's a big YouTuber? So in your brain, like in what is your goal as a creator? What is your what is I've made it to you? Because I am sure it's different for all of us. It's absolutely a different thing for all of us. And this one quote that I heard Gary Vaynerchuk say, he came to Brisbane and I sat through this dreadful production of speakers trying to sell dodgy products just to get through to the Gary Vaynerchuk talk. It was like I waited, like I had to listen to all this stuff, and then there was a lunch break, and then I'm thinking, can I go back? I don't know if I can go back in that room. It's such a slime ball convention. But I was like, no, I came for Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm staying for Gary Vaynerchuk. Anyway, one of the big things that he said was like, and this is my big takeaway, is success looks different for everybody. One person can feel that 80,000 a year and more time with their family, success. Another person won't be happy unless they're hitting $1 million a year. That is their success. Another person wants 2 million and a jet. That is their success. For me, I'm at that 80,000 and more time to do other things kind of person. I don't want the mega millions. I don't want the stress of what that job entails. I want to be able to do the things that I love, create some content that helps some other people, have everything cover its own costs, extra little bit of money in the account, boom, I'm happy. But we're all different, and we all have a different idea of what is success. So what is your idea of your YouTube success? For me, 10,000 subs. If we're going on sub counts, it's 10,000 subs. And being able to have income. Oh yeah, they found the cat. Hopefully they found the cat in the house. So let's fingers crossed they found her in the house and she's not up a tree somewhere out in the yard. So having income to support and 10,000 subscribers, so like a little business on the outside, whether it's affiliate, whether it is a bit of freelance work, whatever, that is my goal. So let me know what is yours, because I'm sure they'll all be different. Live stream consultant, excellent, thank you. Where was she? She doesn't know. Live stream consultant says, for me, I spent 40 years working essentially by myself, talking to few, if anyone, for most of a day. Live streaming is my way of making up for that. Love sharing what I know to those that want to know. Yeah. That's a good point. But is it your cat? Yes, I think they found her in the house. So I'd be... Okay. All right. Oh yeah, beauty is in the eye of the beer. Beauty is in the eye of the beer holder. Absolutely. Absolutely. John says, I used to hang out with a particular type of YouTuber and their success was linked to their popularity. And I just know that's a game I can't win, so I try not to play it. Yeah, me too. And you know what? I don't want to be popular because, like, think of all the other stuff that comes with popularity, right? Like, I would rather be known for being a thinker and being helpful and giving you value and helping you to succeed rather than me being popular. Like, what even is that? Like, what? Anyway, not to diss on popular channels because I do watch some of them and I enjoy them, but I find that most, not all, but most of those popular channels, they're not all that deep. And I'm looking for a little bit more connection. Livestream consultant says, in my mind, I actually already have made it now. It's just a matter of degrees. I love that. That is awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, it really is a personal preference. And each individual person's idea of success is different and they're not wrong, right? They are not wrong. And if anyone's like, oh, you're a small channel, I don't need to take advice from you. And you're like, cool, okay, that's not your audience. You don't want that person there anyway. But if you have got like someone in there who's like, oh, wow, I'm so surprised that you actually had something awesome to talk about, then, you know, you're kind of like, okay, I don't know how to take that, but cool, glad to help, because at the end of the day, that is my goal. SMA Sky said, yeah, some local radio personalities have stalkers. One of them, she works at Gatorland. She's awesome, but people can be creeps. Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. She's actually gone to Australia, Cuba, and South Africa a bunch of times to do outreach with their crocs. Okay. That's cool. I mean, for me, like a really big tick for me, which was something I had on my game card a couple of years ago and I had to pull off because of what it was doing to my brain when I kept failing, was traveling for work. I love to travel for work. I'm not the biggest traveler for holidays, which sounds so stupid. Because like when it comes to a holiday, I just want to chill. I just want to put I'm like, dude, give me a resort an hour and a half away because I'm just going to hang out and craft and put my feet up on a couch, whatever. I'm just going to do that. Right. But when it comes to traveling for work is different. And I don't know why it's different, but it is. And having someone else pay for you to be somewhere was an absolutely insane feeling. It really was. It was absolutely crazy. But yeah, traveling, and I used to love traveling to the Bendigo Sheep and Wool Show every year. That was a really big thing for me because traveling for those sorts of events means that you know you're going to where people who love the thing you love are going to be, right? Or the people that want access to your skills, they're going to be there. And I think a part of it is, for me, it's I actually get to be with people who love something that I like, and that's a bit different. So I don't know, like, let me know in the chat, is that something that you like? Because I know some people hate traveling for work. That's just like, if they have to travel for work, they're looking for a new job. Like, different people like different things, for sure. I'm gonna drink some more coffee here. I'm very relieved that Macy's been found. She's a very skittish cat. Hang on a second. You know that moment when you swirl your coffee and you're like, wait a second, Was that a bug? And no, it wasn't. It was an air bubble. And then I was super paranoid drinking it because I need to make sure it wasn't a bug. There's a certain aspect of traveling for work that could be appealing, but there's also a lot of headaches, I imagine. Look, it depends on what you need to bring with and where you're going, because sometimes that's a bit trickier. Luckily for me, they needed my brains more than anything else, and they kind of travel with me wherever I go, which I think was pretty cool. But being able to go and hang out and see so many like-minded people was phenomenal. Like Doug says, like-minded. Yeah. Yeah, it was just amazing. John says, I barely like to leave my house, but you do you. I mean, and you know what, John, you know what's really funny? I actually barely like to leave my house most of the time. I have everything I need here, or I can get it delivered. Like, I'm pretty crazy with that. But I do like to go to events where there are people who love what I love. So, yeah. Livestream Consultant says, I don't even care if I ever turn monetization on for my channel. That's not my goal. That's so cool. That's so cool, because you have a consulting business. And so that's totally different. For me, yeah, getting monetized is my goal, because right now this is kind of the main income. But for this side of my business, for the YouTube side of my business, I would love for, like everything, I'd like for it to carry its own costs. Right now, Fiberific carries the cost for these live streams. And so I do have, and then when Fiberific very first started their live streams, the Fiberific business behind it carried the cost of the live streams. Live streaming is not free. Creating videos is not free. People are like, oh, making YouTube videos is free. No, it's not. No, it's not. Making them is not free. You have to have a camera device that is good enough to take decent footage. Not free. Just because you may possibly have a phone in your pocket doesn't mean that that phone was free. No, it did cost money. And if you start a business and that phone dies, you need to replace it with a similar level or something better. You can't just go, I'll get this dodgy one that can still make calls because, you know, I need to make calls. You need something for making your content. So not free. Internet connection with a decent upload, not free, right? All these, a light, not free. A microphone, not free. All these things are not 100% necessary, right, to make content. Sure, you can really just use your phone with no microphone. Absolutely, you can. But what is the kind of content that you want to be making? So for me, I would like to cover costs. I would like the YouTube channel to at least cover the cost of the YouTube channel. That's kind of the goal there. So if my camera dies, I'm not like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Like, I can't just run out and buy one. I don't want to be in that position. I've been in that position. I don't want to be there again. I have backup cameras. I've actually been testing a couple of things out. I've been testing some things out. So I have, it's probably connected. I have my old Canon 70D, right? Like old. It was the first video camera that I bought. It was the first camera thing that I bought for my entire YouTube and for photos, my website, everything. I bought another camera originally just to take photos, right? It was never meant for videos, and it didn't cope well with videos, let's just say that. But this one was the first one that I bought that was specific. I needed it to make videos, right? So I've got that. And in the eCam, you can run it with USB, right? It's not fantastic. It's doable. And then the other thing that I've been testing out is a Ugreen capture card. So that if my cam link dies, which is a couple of $100 Australian, I've got this $30 jobby that might just do the job. I'm still testing it. I'm not 100% sold on it just yet, but so far I haven't had any problems with it. I haven't run a long stream with it to test to see if it is to see if it just overheats and turns off. I should really do that, but I've given it some short 30-minute tests and I haven't had a single problem. So I'm not 100% finished with my testing yet, and I will share the link of the capture card once I have decided if I'm happy with it or not. I'm not going to share the link of something that I'm just like meh over, okay? But it's a backup piece. It is a just in case the cam link dies. Doug's saying in the chat here he hasn't used a capture card in years, and that is because Ecamm and some of the others, and I think because Doug, you're a Canon boy, right? You've got all Canon gear, so you can use the Canon webcam software. Not all cameras have that option. So that's when you're looking at buying cameras, you need to be looking into what do I need to get extra to make it do the thing, right? So, and I know with Ecamm, you don't even need to use the webcam software. It just brings it in. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. So, you know, as I said, I've got all the backups, So let me think, what are the backups that I've got for a camera? To replace this camera, this is my Sony a6400. I've had it since 2019. Please don't die. I love you too much, little camera. I have my Canon 70D that I bought 3 years before that. I have my Canon M6. Where are you? What have I done with you? You're around? You're here somewhere. Oh, you're over there because I've been testing. Canon M6 that I've been testing out. Now, my Canon M6 is the Mark 1. And I did not know this when I bought it, but it does the 30-minute shut off, right? So after 30 minutes, it turns off. You've got to tap it, turn it back on. To the point where we've got merch. We've got Fibrific mugs that have got like my face cam frame with face cam written in it. Because I'd be working away and then the chat would just start saying face cam and I'd look up and realize the camera's off. So yeah, there's options. We've got options. Livestream consultant says, yeah, I've got one of those $10 capture card, works great, but it'll only do 1080p. That's all you have to remember. Yeah, the Ugreen one that I'm working on is 1080p, 60 frames per second. So it is, but I stream at 1080p usually, I think. Am I streaming at 1080p? I don't even know. I can't tell you. But I usually try to stream at 1080p because A, I'm in Australia, upload speeds are, right? So I've got that issue already. And for the most part, most people aren't watching streams in 4K. They're watching them at a lower rate anyway. So for right now, it's doing the job. Doug's currently has a cam link and a can't link. Oh gosh. John says the cam link 4K is super reliable. That's what I've got. But I wanted to try something different to potentially run in conjunction with that. Yeah. And this is the thing, but I'm starting to hear that if you're picking up one of the newer cam links, people are starting to have some issues. They can't be plugged into hubs. They have to be plugged directly into the main device. So if you've got like for me, I'm on a Mac Mini, unlimited number of I/O. So I have a hub, but I have an OWC hub, which means that it actually is fine. But if you buy a cheaper hub, like a Ugreen hub or something like that, big Ugreen fan, so many hubs and cables and stuff. This was the first not cable that I purchased. And so, you know, just having, just understanding the limitations of your devices and working around it, you've kind of got to look into that too. I've been using the USB cord for my Canon, but either the cord is bad or the USB plug is playing up. And I haven't tested it. Yeah, look, I would definitely look into replacing a cord. For me, I would always test a cord first. Cords and the little plugs are a fail point. They really are. I will say Ugreen cords are really good. If they have the particular connectors that you need, which they tend to do most of them, then I'm good. Doug's got a couple. He's got some backup cameras as well. He's got a Panasonic Lumix FZ1000, a Canon M50, and the Mark 50 Mark II. The M50 has a time limit as well. Yeah, and if you're using the USB connection, I think you can get around that shut off as well if you're using the USB rather than the HDMI. I think that's a big thing. Yes, I did look into the Magic Lantern many years ago, but my camera was still under warranty, and I knew that installing Magic Lantern voided the warranty, but it's not under warranty anymore. I could totally have a go with that. Oh my gosh. Guess what I'm probably going to have a play with this week? Oh, Because yeah, when your devices are under warranty, double check that any of these little mods that you add on don't void the warranty, especially if it's a big ticket item, right? But once that warranty runs out, what's stopping you, really? Yeah, and I agree. Devices need to be running on USB-C. One thing I'll say for this Ugreen cable, let me just see if I can find it. Oh, there's a case that was up. Where did I put you? I'll put that back in there because that is annoying. I don't know what I've done with it. It's around anyway. It actually has, its first connector is a USB-C, but then you've got a little cap that's being held on by a cable that you can just cover if you need USB-A. But its preference is USB-C. So, you know, or its first is USB-C, which I really love. Yeah, typically Ugreen is solid. Yeah, I haven't really come across an issue with any Ugreen cords or cables. In saying that, I haven't used any of their bigger stuff. I'm actually contemplating during the Black Friday sales to pick up a Ugreen webcam because they're really inexpensive. The reviews are mostly good, so I'm curious. The M6, yeah, it probably could work. It probably could work, actually. And I think I have, because when I do spinning or spindle spinning, I have 3 camera angles. And I've got this one, and then I had the Canon 70D, and then I would have the M6 as well. And yeah, I think it works with the USB as well. That Secret Lab chair is a solid beast. Yes, it is. It's very solid. I'm loving it. But what have I done with that Ugreen cord? I'm like, look at all the Ugreen things that I have in here. None of them are particularly the cord. Oh, look, here it is. It was totally attached to my spare cable. That happens to be a Ugreen cable. I have the Ugreen micro HDMI to HDMI. This is the Ugreen, I'm like putting it under this camera. This is the Ugreen cable. So you can make it USB-A if you want, but it is USB-C. Seems to be solid, it gets a bit warm, but then so does the cam link. So yeah, I'm just looking for this. I didn't realize it was totally attached to the whole cable. So good job, me. Well done. Did I shut that drawer properly? Yes, I did. Yeah, I had to find it. My brain was just like, where is that? Where is it? Yeah, that Magic Lantern software will work with the M50 as well. The M6 will work in OBS after a Magic Lantern install. Yep. Yeah, Doug's trying to get the squirrel to work. But yes, I love this chair. Look, something happened to it this week, so I've got to send off a piece fell off. A piece fell off my chair. And it looks like this whole piece is connected with a tiny little plastic flange and a screw goes through it. So the screw and the last little edge of this flange is still attached. I didn't do anything to make it break. And with where it is, it's not like I sat on it or anything. It's on the side. So I don't know what happened. So I've got to send that through and find out what the go is. Not a deal breaker on the chair, but it shouldn't fall off, right? And I really hope they send me a replacement one because it just looks like one screw out, put the flange back on, screw it back in. Unless the screw, of course, one single little screw, unless that's holding on 11 billion things. It shouldn't be that hard. But yes, that happened during Thursday's live stream. I've like bent over to move some yarn and realized that was on the floor as well. So I don't know when it happened. But yes, we'll find out what their after sales service is like this week, shall we? Alrighty. Well, lords and ladies of the internet, it is time for me to head off. I've got to get some other stuff done today. And so do you. So I will catch you all next time. Thanks so much for hanging. Thanks so much for answering such great questions and asking such great questions. And yeah, Doug, I'm like, what? I agree with you on that one. Thank you so much for asking such great questions as well. And I will see you all here next week. Bye now.